He lying.
I can't speak to anything else.
He lying. With the pace we're going, Shannon not about to be on ESPN next week, bro. That's a fact. We're going to see a post that says Shannon is taking some time off to focus on blah, 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 while we independently investigate, and then we ain't going to see that nigga. Trust. Bro, ESPN is on my Disney, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know who Shannon Sharpe's legal team is.
How are you, Flash, bro?
What they're suggesting. I imagine that everything that has transpired has been at the behest of his lawyers, not just himself. I can tell you again that when I spoke to him, he is emphatic in stating his innocence, that this is a shakedown, to use his words.
It is.
How wise is it to use those kind of words when a civil matter of this nature is out there? When you have a podcast and you have advertisers and sponsors?
Yo. I keep telling y'all, Shannon, so I ain't saying a deal. Shannon Sharpe is right. These hoes lying. I think they've been lying on him. But he got too much sponsors, so he got to play it a certain way. If he was fully independent, he could get online all the time and talk about it. But, bro, the money Shannon Sharpe is making, probably 70%. He's making good money from just YouTube, right? But he's making probably 4 times the amount of money that YouTube would pay because of sponsors. You got to appease those people. That's where I think Shannon's going to fuck up. Because here's the thing with Shannon. I'm warning you now. I hope it doesn't happen. It's going to be a domino effect. The moment ESPN says we're going to have him step down because it's a distraction, every one of his sponsors is gone. Facts. Sponsors are dick riders. If they see one person pull out, they don't want bad rep. They will put money behind Hitler until they see the bad headline. Once the bad headline comes, they want to cancel everything. So right now, no one is like putting pressure on the sponsors to say, well, if he's accused of this, why did you sign him? But what's going to happen is that through his conversations or someone who might have more relevancy to him, those conversations are going to be forced, and now he's going to have to do what he does. Anyway.
Sponsors, and you work for ESPN and they have advertising sponsors, I don't know. What can we say if any of us were in that position and we felt or were proclaiming we were innocent? I don't know. And I'm not about to pretend. I just wanted to make sure that I echoed to all of you that the only reason I spoke on this issue is because he works with me 2 days a week. He's on national television. He was on national television with me today. He was on national television with me yesterday when the story came out Sunday night. I didn't know anything about it until we got on the air. But he was on air. And if you know him in part because of all the work that he's doing with me and what he's doing in this industry, I know everybody's been waiting. Like, Stephen A., what you got to say about this? I got to say what I just told you. I don't know what's happened. I know I got love for the brother. I know that I'm wishing that he's innocent and all of this stuff goes away and he can continue to thrive with me on ESPN and thrive in his own platforms that he worked so diligently over the years to build.
Hold up.
But anything else?
Shannon Sharpe's platform is not threatened. This is what I keep telling you. Eventually, we're going to have to make choices. Or you're going to be fully independent or you're going to be in the system. That's the only problem Shannon Sharpe is going to have right now. You could be still wildly successful without sponsorships. But I think if he was talking about $100 million, he wants these industry assisted situations to make sure he get whatever money he wants to get. those things are going to be affected. Because people who like Shannon Sharpe or like this type of stuff, they're going to be caring about this a lot.
Else would be entirely irresponsible for me to speak on. And I can't do that. Yes, I own this. This is my platform. But I also have a day job and I also understand what lawyers, what HR, and all of those other things entail. What I said is all I can say. And in all honesty, at this moment, it is all I know. I have no idea what direction ESPN and Walt Disney will go in when it comes to this matter. All I do know is it won't be me making a decision. It'll be others upstairs. In the end, all of us have someone to answer to. No matter how maverick we try to be and we own our own business and we're our sole proprietors like I am on this platform and stuff like that. There are advertisers, there are sponsors, there are people you do.
Let me just stop it right here, man. Stephen A. done told us basically the game plan. ESPN finna be done with Shannon Sharpe. It's not the end of his career. I think Shannon Sharpe has a illustrious business model, audience, platform, and product. He's going to be fine. He's going to have to get in his head, though, that trying to rely on these people to advance things for you, do things for you, show you appreciation, you're going to waste your time. That's the only thing I could say. Anyway, I see a lot of people chimed in afterwards, right? I seen a bunch of people play the, there's a Breakfast Club posting about this. And this is what they said. Check this out.
Quote from a text message. So the quote, and some of it I can't even say, I don't think, but
54.
54, and she was 19 years old.
So listen, and how old he is.
Yeah, I think he's like 56.
Nah,
With 2,500 a cheek, so what? Like
25,000 a
or
cheek.
25,000 a cheek.
Google says he is 56 years old.
But were they actually a couple?
Yes, they were. They were doing
According
whatever
to her.
this did.
Yo, women are so delusional. They weren't a fucking couple. He was telling her whatever she needed to hear that he could keep fucking. It's always women who are just saying this bullshit. Like, that's why they said I was with Selena. I'm like, no, I wasn't, my nigga. You know what I mean? Hold on. So I can play. There's a newer Breakfast Club clip. Was it played? Oh, no, I can't find it. No, I can't find it.
He was 50 and she was 19.
56. 54.
54, and she was 19 years old.
So listen, and crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. So yes, whatever they were doing at the time, according to Shannon Sharpe, it was consensual, but she's looking at it a different way.
But that's not against the law because she was of age. So even though she was 19, that's not against the law.
This is a very, very messy situation. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business.
Hey, I know this is a part that people don't like to be talked about because everybody likes to be seem like Superman. But I ain't gonna lie, shout out to Charlamagne. I think Charlamagne has even taught people like me. Charlamagne used to be on the radio talking about, bragging about how he cheated on his wife. Well, his wife now. Back then, I think she was his girlfriend. How he didn't give a fuck, blah, blah. Charlamagne, who was starting to get a lot of money, started making a lot of things happen for himself. Essentially, when he changed his tune about a lot of stuff, happened to happen when people were trying to accuse him of some nefarious things that he was innocent of. So I think the clear message to send here is, if you got something going on, or if you're related to, or if the feds hit you up about some crazy shit. Did I just go left? I'm not calling whack, chill. I'm trying to get if y'all understand what I'm saying.
He's looking at it a different way.
I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19.
Okay, I got back on my point. Yo, I'm gonna lie to you, and I think Charlamagne does say this, bro. A lot of the shit you used to say, man, Charlamagne only been cool recently and not get into this drama because he's been married. I'm not a fan of marriage, but one thing I can say, it seems like marriage does provide not only stability and, of course, a nuclear family for having kids and, building out, but, bro, we just got to be honest about shit. All of these dudes who are getting older but are rich as fuck, who are chasing young pussies, chasing a vibe, chasing the threesomes, the orgies, and by the way, I'm also not excluding, because at this point, I'm teetering on OG/unk status. I'm not excluding myself. Those are the people who seem to be getting in trouble. It appears that the people who have just kind of like submitted or retired to like this boring lifestyle, they don't get in trouble. It's these niggas who, you got Shannon Sharpe, who still think he could bench press like 400 pounds. Yeah, of course, he's still trying to seek out a woman who's impressed by whatever he got going on to fuck for probably some validation, and that's where we get a lot of other issues that come into it. You get what I'm saying?